And so many people think that, again, you have to be like over the top creative to start building a brand, to start building awareness. But there are great people like you who are creative, but at the same time, like you just have to be you. And I think that's what you have done so perfectly is you weren't trying to put on this persona. You weren't trying to be somebody you weren't. You
I
just
was
went out.
at first, though. I was
You
at
were.
first.
You were.
Like everybody else, I was at first.
So
Man,
and that's what I want to talk about. So talk about that. So talk about that transition where you were trying to be somebody, but now you're just you. And I think from what I've seen, your audience has just continued to grow in a very organic and a very real way, a lot faster. So talk about that. You kind of mentioned it from your start of kind of being
yeah.
paid to be out there, but now you just get to do it for you. So talk a little bit about that transition, what that looked like.
Well, obviously, at first, I'm representing a company. You
Sure.
have to be professional. You're representing somebody else. But at the same time, the company that had hired me knew already who I was, and so they appreciated that about me, which was fantastic. So that also allowed me to kind of transition, showing a little bit of my personal side. But that was the thing is as soon as I started showing more of my personal side and people started kind of connecting with me in a way where they're like, oh wow, it's so refreshing what you do, especially in the mortgage space, right? Because we're it's getting much better, but for the longest time we were used to seeing the same thing all day long. And so suddenly when you have someone like me that's a little kooky, quirky, a little crazy that comes on the scene, I guess you can't help but notice. And whether it's good or bad, believe me, it's not all good. uh,
Sure.
but at the end of the day, like I just had to be me. And I can't tell you like how amazing it feels to be able to just be me out on social media and have people accept me for who I am. And so I think, when I transitioned to my own company, that's why it's called True to You Branding, because I want people just to be true to themselves. Like you'd be surprised, people just want to see you. Like people think they want you to be a certain way, but that's not the case. I don't know where we got this perception, this idea that we have to be somebody else in order to impress, please, do business. I think we need to like totally wipe that out.